Thank you for subscribing for my channel, and today we will have a new lesson about modal. Modal are special defective auxiliary verbs, require a main verb, provide additional information about the verb which follows the modal. Modals are used to express a speaker opinion or attitude about an action. Modals log third person forms. It's crucial to know that no ed, ing, or s added to the verb following the modal. Modal structure, how we structure modals. We have a pronoun, like all of this. I, he, she, it, they, we, you, or one plus on plural modal. Use the same modal, there is no change. For example, you could say, I can help them, or she can help them, or we can help them. Modal is gonna be like this. For example, we could make a question. Would you mind if I close the door? Yes, I would, or no, I would not. You could sometimes make reduction to the sentences. We delete if I, then we have to change the verb following the subject to ing form. You could say, would you mind closing the door? Or you could say, make it short, you could say, would you close the door? Would you mind to close the door? Is there gonna be the same meaning? Because we're asking somebody to give us permission to do it. Or you could have a sentences like this. I have to study for the Monday exam. I have got to. It's also a kind of modal. Study for the Monday exam. Modal and semi-modals. Sometimes we have those kind of modals. And also the same modal with the in the past. Modals, when we use it, for example, for ability, we could use can or could or be verb with able to. Then you could say Sarah can sing a song, or Sam could carry the bag, but I asked him not to do it. Or you could say Sam is able to help you, or you could say, here we change the Sam, you could say, instead of is, you could say will be able to, or you could say Sam will be able to help you. Okay, for challenge we use dare. I dare you if you could come close to our border. Making decision, use will. I will make the right decision. Sometimes for possibility, we could use can, might, or could. For example, we know our team can compete. Sometimes you could say Sam might have a better idea about the subject. Or could. The police could be at the crime scene by now. For permission, you could use may, could, and can. For example, may I borrow your car? Could I come inside? Can I turn the TV on? Sometimes we use it for prohibition. Cannot, must not. You cannot take a photo because it's a military area. Students must not chat when the instructor is speaking. Sometimes we use for promises or promise. Well, I will come to your graduation party. For request, we use would, may, might. Would you mind if I turn the TV off? Or you could say, may I leave by 10 p.m.? Might I move your chair close to the board? For necessity, we use must. All students must take the assessment exam. Obligation, have to, has to, have got to, had to. For example, we have to speed up, otherwise we will miss the train. Sarah has to leave early because it's getting dark outside. Or you could say, we have got to go because we have an exam. Or, we had to do our project last night. For advising, you could use should, ought to, had better. For example, you should study harder to get higher marks. Student ought to obey the college law. We had better sleep early because we have a long trip. For offering, we could use will or shall. Sarah will carry your luggage here. Or, I shall book you a nice vacation trip. Expectation, be supposed to. I am supposed to be in the class in 5 minutes. Here we have to use the auxiliary verb, then the modal or something called semi-modal, then the root of the verb. Then we make a suggestion. You can use shall, should, or could. Shall I order a cup of coffee for you? We should talk to the professor. Or you could say, you could leave the party when you feel drowsy. When used for repeated action in the past, you could use it to. Sam used to be a good basketball player. Or sometimes for preference. Would, sometimes we say rather or would. Sometimes we say would rather or would, both of them same meaning. I would rather go to watch a movie than study English. If you look here, we have as a one, would rather, then we use the root of the verb go to watch movie. I would stay in the library instead going home. Then we would say the truth. You could use can or may. Lack of sleep can damage your health. The glossary may be found on the last page of the book. Willingness, we use will. I will answer the doorbell. Sometimes, in a had better case, we drop had and keep better. For example, you had better take care of yourself in a foreign country. Here, because this is all of them work as one word. Then we could delete had, we could use only better. You could say, you better take care of yourself in a foreign country. Okay? We have must, can, need, all those are modals, you could use it. For example, use it for obligation and necessity. We use must, have to, has to, had to, needed to. For example, I must go to the hospital. Then make a question, must I go to the hospital? Then you can say, yes, I must. Yes, I must. Or you could say, no, I must not. Okay, that's how sometimes we could use it to make a question. And sometimes we make a negative, we just add simply not after the modal. For example, I must not go to the hospital. Possibility, we could use could, may, or might. For example, we have subject, modal, verb, and then object could be complement. We may leave at 5 p.m. Make a question or interrogation. May we leave at 5 p.m.? Question mark. Yes, we may, or no, we may not. We may not leave at 5 p.m. Ability, we use can. I can help you. Then make interrogation. Can I help you? Yes, I can, or no, I cannot. Then we say, I cannot help you. Intention, we use will and shall. Okay, sorry for mistake I did. I should leave after 10 minutes. If you look here, we have the modal, then the root of the verb, then make an interrogation or a question. Should I leave after 10 minutes? Yes, I should, or no, I shouldn't. Then I shouldn't leave after 10 minutes. Or sometimes we say, well, I will let you go. Then make a question or interrogation. Will I let you go? Yes, I will, or no, I will not. Okay, for habit, we use would. She would leave at 10 every day. Would she leave at 10 every day? Or sometimes you could say she wouldn't leave at 10 every day. Sometimes we have modal in the past. We have some ways to make a modal to be in the past. For example, we have subject, modal, plus have, then past participle. Then we have the second part of the clause. She should have studied. If you look here, we have the modal, then we have to use the root of the verb have, then to make it happen in the past. She should have studied for her final exam, but she did not. Then we know the whole sentences happen in the past. Or you could say, I should have thought about my friends when he needed my assistance. Or sometimes make it modal in the past or the sentences to be in the past. For example, we could go here. She was supposed to be taking the garbage out, but she asked her brother to do instead. If we look here, we have was as the be verb in the past, then we have the modal, used to, then we have the root of the verb be. Okay, and then let's say one more time how we make a modal in the past. They were supposed to take an exam, to take an exam, but they did not attend the class. I mean, everything happened in the past. I was supposed to hand in my essay, but I forgot to do it. Sometimes we could have the modal itself in the past. Sarah had to work all the day, but she did not go to the factory. Or university student should wear uniform when they attend the college. Sometimes we say the uniform or one uniform. We say the uniform when they attend the college. Okay, sometimes we put another auxiliary verb to happen in the past. For example, she did not have to then study for the exam because it's so easy for her. Or you could say, I did not have to go to the party, but I wanted to see my friends. Sometimes we have sentences like this: subject, past simple, then have, that, then subject, then past modal. For example, she thought that she needed to. Then here the modal is going to be in the past, save more money. Sometimes we have modal, you call them modal with multiple uses. For example, to express degree of certainty, use must not, or cannot, or could not, or could, might not, or may not. For example, subject, be verb, then object, then that, then subject, then modal, then have, then past participle, then complement or the object. For example, Sarah was sure that the boy must have broken the window. Or you could say, I am confident that the car must have caused the accident. Or you could have subject modal, have, been, then past participle by noun. For example, the accident must have been caused by the drunk driver. Sometimes we use it to express obligation, advice, or opinion. We use should not or should, do not use must not, have for obligation or opinion about the past. For example, we have subject, then should have, then past participle, then complement as obligation. The student should have studied more for the final exam. Or sometimes we have like this, for example, subject, should, verb, complement for advice. The security company should think of a way to protect its clients. Or sometimes we have for opinion. The students should not have been sitting so long in the classroom. Very certain, when we are very certain, we use subject, modal, have, then past participle. There was a car accident last night. Then this has happened. Then we have to make it certain happen. The driver must have lost control while driving. Or maybe you could say Sarah is on a vacation for 1 month. We know definitely she's not in the office. You could not have seen her at the party because we are sure or for very certain that's what happened. Or sometimes we uncertainty. Sarah usually at work by 9 in the morning. For example, we know definitely this has happened. Then we have to make it uncertain. Sarah could be might. Sometimes we could use could. Or sometimes we could use may. All three is possible to use it for uncertainty. But the most important thing we have to have it, have plus past participle. Then we say sick. You could say she might have gotten sick, or maybe she could gotten, my apology. She might have gotten sick, or maybe you could say she could have gotten sick, or maybe you could say she may have gotten sick. Okay, let's continue. Sam was supposed to come to the party. That's what statement we have it. Then you could say same thing. He may or might not have gotten the invitation letter. You could say he may not have gotten the invitation letter, or you could say if the differences between using may or might, may maybe could be about 10%. might well be less, maybe about less than 5%. Okay? Sometimes you could say giving opinion or advice present or in the future must not, have to, or have got to, had better, or should not. Okay? We have subject, have, got to, then have, then verb, then plus object. For example, teachers have got to watch students in playground. Then we have sentences. The teachers had better not to use punishment in the school. Sometimes we use more than one modal when we express and think we want to do it. For example, subject, auxiliary, modal, verb, then complement. For example, you don't have to wear a uniform in our college. Or Sarah does not have to do the work on Wednesday. Or I am supposed to be going to the college by 11 a.m. Or I am used to the noise when I work in the office. Or you could say, I am not able to assist you with your project. Or you don't need to come to our office tomorrow. Or you could say, you don't have to do Sarah's job anymore because she will be able to do the job from now on. Okay, thank you very much.